Reggie lad, take a bow. Look at this.
Stop the season now.
He's come from nowhere.
Wow.
Look at this. Reggie on the week with a magnificent 14 points. Really doing very, very well. Gary Schofield got 8 and the fans forum and I got 6. It couldn't be tighter. I did say, look at when Wakey was playing Cass. It's a long way off. The 20th of August is when Wakey played Cass. That could be a massive game if Cass doesn't improve in time. Right, we now come to the part of the show where we're going to do some predictions, kicking off, of course, with this little beauty. Wakefield taking on Hull FC. We were impressed with Wakey. Like I said, for me personally, if I knew right now he was going to go with the same team against Hull, I'd be debating a 1-8 Wakey win. I genuinely would. Because of the pitch, and because of what we saw on Friday, this could just be that game. However, I do think he's going to pick Luke Gale. And that, for me, if he does, I think it's going to be his Achilles heel. The fans forum and Gary Schofield are going 9-17 Hull FC. And on the decision that I think he's going to make, that Luke Gale will play, I'm actually going to go exactly the same way. I'm going to go FC 9-17. Where are you going, mate?
I watched Wakefield and I was impressed with them.
Yeah.
I saw the highlights of them against Wigan and I was impressed with them. And a couple of times this season, they've come very close and just fallen away. I think Hull will be absolutely buoyed by that win against Wigan. Yeah. And I think Hull are going to win 18+.
Ooh, that's a biggie. The only thing for me, and forgive me, Hull FC fans, because we've just given you massive raps for your win over Wigan, it'd just be like Hull to go and have a shocker.
It would be, but the Tony Smith, I think they've turned that corner with Tony Smith now.
Yeah, all right, mate. I'm not arguing with you, Chief. I'm not.
I could be 100% wrong and Wakefield.
We could all be wrong.
70-0. But
yeah,
I think Hull, I think it'll be an arm wrestle for 50, 60 minutes.
Super.
And I think Hull, that defence they showed against Wigan, they've got to be Hull, and I'm sorry, Wakefield fans.
Yeah.
Hull have got to build on that. I've got to.
Well, these are the squads, and you know, no real major for either team, really.
Yeah.
I think mate. You know, when you can think about it, you know, credit to Hull and credit to Tony Smith and the fact that, you know, their defence was shocking a few weeks back. But what they showed against Wigan was just a different level. Kobe McGilvey saying FC by 14. John Wilkinson's in the chat. He's going FC 6-14. We'll call that 9-17. Wakey just win for Paul Bourman. Freddie McGilvey going 1-8 in the way of FC. No love for Wakey, but let me tell you now, based on what we saw on Friday, Wakey's win is not far away.
Don't be fooled by people saying Warrington weren't at the races.
No, Wakey were good.
Wakey were good. Yeah. Wakey were good.
Yeah, and I'm looking down the list of Wakey games now. They've got Hull, then they're away to Catalans. That's a tricky fixture. Then they've got Lee at Magic. That could be a belter.
That could be a great game.
That could be a belter, that. Leeds then at home and then Hull Car away. Not an easy run of fixtures for them. But like I say,
difficult to see where they're going to pick a win up there.
Like I said, really that league game could be a big.
Leeds is a crucial one, yeah.
Okay, we now move to Huddersfield taking on the Lee Leopards. Right, get in the chat. What you think's going to happen here? In terms of, we know Theo Farge missing still no Ollie Russell. Ash Golden, of course, still out. Joe Greenwood still out. Lee, as you were. So Lee, no trouble, nothing at all for them. They go in form. It has to be said. Lee Leopards, of course. Here we go. Sit down. You might fall over when I tell you this, but in case you've missed it, 3 in a row. 3 in a row, Lee Leopards. And just in case you're thinking, how good have they been? In those 3 games, they have conceded 12 points.
Yeah.
There's one for you. 12 points. They've scored, again, sit down. This is Lee Leopards. They have scored 82 points.
That's
Lee deserve so much credit. It's unbelievable what they're doing. Outstanding. So much so. So I'll bring you in a minute, mate. So much so. Gary Schofield, 9-17 to the Lee Leopards. The Fans Forum, 9-17, the Lee Leopards. Me, 9-17, the Lee Leopards. Where are you going, Greg?
Can Huddersfield players as I didn't see the game, but from what you see of it, Huddersfield had an absolute mare. My big fear for Huddersfield fans is that they're having as much trouble winning at home as they are away.
Yeah, absolutely, man. 100%.
And I think Lee have learned from that season a couple of years ago where they pushed the big team so close and then just seemed to lose it in the last 10 minutes. And I think Lee, 9-17 as well. I'm sorry, fans. I genuinely do think Lee are going to win.
Mate, I think Lee, in some respects, Lee now can take the shackles off. They're safe in Super League. They're not going anywhere. They can just go and enjoy the Rugby League. Because already, the Up the Roar Brigade, the Lee Leopards fans, they think it's Christmas Day. There's nothing to worry about.
There's nothing more dangerous. Nothing more dangerous than a team that's got nothing to lose.
Mate, and as far as they're concerned now, the team talk's easy for Adrian Lamb. Lads, go out there, express yourself, go and enjoy Rugby League. Win or enjoy yourself.
Win or lose, it doesn't matter.
Exactly, outstanding.
Paul
Boardman's going 30 points plus. I'm presuming that's for Lee.
Ooh, that's a big call.
Big shout. Kobe McGill with Giants by 12. Graham Parrish, Huddersfield by 8. Alex Sharp. If Huddersfield lose, I think they pull the plug on Watson.
Well, that's a big call.
Yeah.
Huddersfield really, really do need to win this more than Lee do.
Yeah.
I think that is what swings it in Lee's favour.
When you see Uncle Freddie going Lee 1-8, he's worried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really interesting stuff. Andy Hewitt going 18 plus Lee. John Wilkinson 4-10 Lee. A lot of love for Lee in the room tonight. And you know what? Absolutely deserving. Lee have been a breath of fresh air. Long may it continue. Just not in 3 weeks.
Although Vossi's not impressed with the kit.
Who cares? Who cares? They can't do any wrong for me. Right, this is for dear Lord. Bad news for Cass. Greg Eden being out. That's a massive hammer blow for Castleford.
He gets the ball. He scores a try, Greg Eden.
Yeah, that's a big blow.
Yeah.
Liam Watts is a doubt. Catalan, no concerns. They've finally got with the exception of Tyrone May, who's still out. Maybe they're back to full strength. They're back in. Very dangerous indeed. I'm still not convinced whether it should be in the halves. Andy Hewitt's going Cass 8 plus. Alex Sharp straight in. He's going Catalan.
Cass.
Alex Sharp, Catalan 18 plus. John Wilkinson, Catalan 14 plus. I'm going Catalan 18 plus. I'm going straight in. I just think. I'm sorry, Cass fans. Both the Forum and Gary Schofield going 9-17 to the Dragons. I'm going 18 plus. I think they'll do him and do him well. Where are you going, mate?
Depends what the weather's like. Okay.
I'll have a look at the forecast.
Now, don't look on the BBC website because that's never been right for 40 years. I'm going Catalans 18 plus, not because I agree with you. But
Good Lord, no.
Good Lord, no. But I just think that they're too powerful, Catalan. I'm sorry, Castleford fans. I really am. I just think Catalans are just too powerful.
The younger, the fitter.
Artemog, the two senses now, as we've spoken about. The pack is bigger.
I'm sorry, Cass fans, but
yeah,
if you go down to the jungle today, I don't think you're going to have a big surprise. But anyway, let's move on. All right.
I almost gave up drinking then.
All right. It's now time for the game of the week. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. The Super League Raw Game of the Week. one is going to be an absolute belter. There is just no doubt about it. The Super League Raw game of the week, Warrington Wolves against Hull KR. For those who have a memory, this was incredibly tight at Craven Park earlier in the season. I think after about 46 minutes, Frankie Holton went in to really get the team within 2 points. And only in the last minute did Paul Vaughan seal the win for the Warrington Wolves. This is going to be sensational. This is a Hull KR team, ladies and gentlemen, who are now on a let me say that again, a 6-game winning streak. They're in incredible form. They're going to the wire, league leaders, top try scorers. Oh, this is good. I can't wait. This is going to be a belter. This is on Friday night.
You know what? This, for me, is a test of how far Warrington have come. Forget Wigan, forget Saints, because those games, they're like Liverpool United, they're like Manchester derbies, they're like North East derbies. They can go either way. Form goes out the window when it's Saints, when it's Warrington Saints, Wigan Saints, those games. This, for me, is the big test of how far Warrington have come. And 4 or 5 weeks ago, I would say Warrington would win this easily. But I'm going to go Hull KR 9-17.
Ooh, Reggie's backing against his team.
And that hurts me to do that. Yeah. But I think this is the test for Warrington.
It's going to be a great game. Mate,
it's going to be. I hope I'm. Forgive me, Hull KR fans. I hope I'm 100% wrong on this, and I will take the hits. But I think Hull KR will win this, and I think they'll win 9-17.
Mate, it's a big call. I'm going wire 1-8. I think it's going to be tight. I really do think it's going to be tight. I'm going to go wire to 1-8.
And I very rarely back against Warrington.
You very rarely do. The fans' form have gone wire 1-8 as well. Yes, they have, as has Gary Schofield. So we're seeing it tight. You're seeing it the other way to KR. You may be right. All I can say is I think this is going to be a belting game. I think this is going to be a belter. I really do.
You've got Ryan Hall up against, it'll be Josh Thewlis, because I think...
I think...
Russell failed his HIA.
No, he didn't. He come back on. Nobody failed their HIAs, mate.
You're right.
Nobody failed him. So,
I think I was on my 5th Peroni by that point. So
exactly, steady on. So, and the way Fulis
played, think he'll play Russell?
I think he'll leave it. The way Fulis played, 2 tries, very assured. It's a brave man who says, Josh Fulis, you dropped. Did Josh Fulis deserve to be dropped after?
No, I would say put Fulis on the wing and have Dusty back at fullback.
Possibly, but then you're losing the Matty Russell coming out of his own line. Mate, it's going to be fascinating. I mean, Duffy's been in great form, but he's going to have to work his way back into the side. He'll at least be on the bench. There's no question about that. But for me,
I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this game. I really am.
Oh, absolutely. Will Daz Clark be fit in time? Word on the street, he's 50-50. Dudson obviously is out. The big plus in this for Warrington is that Coote is now out. So not only are they going to be missing Jordan Abdul, they're now missing Lachlan Coote.
Well, does that mean they put Jez Litton or Mickey Lewis at fullback?
I don't think you can afford to put Mickey Lewis at fullback. I think you've got to put him in the halves.
Might be Jez Litton then.
And the problem with the announcement that happened tonight, the logical decision at fullback would be Sam Wood, who has been told he's surplus to requirements. So actually, this is a fascinating game in that respect for OKR. Yeah. And that's why I've gone Warrington. I think had Abdul and Lewis have played, this could, for me, and you could be right, by the way, don't get me wrong. Do you know what? I'd be really tempted, based on 6 in a row, to back KR. The fact that they lost Coote, that's big for me, and that's why I'm just going to...
The thing is with all KR, and it's been a factor for a couple of seasons now. They've lost important players and brought players in, and they've still put in a great performance. Last season, when Mikey Lewis, Abdul was out for a long time last season, so was Mikey Lewis, Jez Litton was out. They just seem to have this bounce back ability that no injury seems too great for them.
Spot on, mate. What I would say is, in the same way that Warrington went to Saints, to an understrength Saints, and quite frankly, mentally, for whatever reason, just arrogance. I don't know.
Mate, that night Saints could have put an under 11s team out and still beaten us.
Yeah. I mean, that was attitude. That was
exactly.
wrong. But this game, in a similar type of way, as you quite rightly say, in terms of a marker, they're coming up against a team with two of their big strike players, and don't get me wrong, they've still got quality throughout. I mean, Rowan Milnes played really well at the weekend. We've talked about Jez Litton, we've talked about Mikey Lewis, we've talked about Matt Parcell. They've got quality players. Ryan Hall, their pack, the recruitment they've done in the pack, very similar to Warrington's going into the new season. They've got quality throughout the side. Some opposite, you could go on. This is a game.
Chella's playing well.
100%, mate. And that's why the first game between these two were fascinating. And it couldn't have been closer. And I think this one is going to be the same. And that's why it's team of the week. And game of the week. And who'd have thought it'd have been game of the week? And again, it goes to show what a great season we've got. That is game of the week and not this one. That goes to show where we're at this season. Because in any other season, we're saying our game of the week is Wigan Warriors.
And yet
Leeds
this is
Rhinos.
still a TV game.
Yeah. And it's going to be a good game because what we've learned about Leeds this year, they will get up for this. They got up for Saints and they got up for Catalans. So we know that Leeds Rhinos will get up for this game against Wigan. There's no doubt. Wigan will want to bounce back after the defeat to Hull FC. Leeds will want to bounce back after their defeat. No Field, no Cust, no Singleton. Liam Marshall still a doubt. No Caesar expected for Leeds, and also Jack Sinfield failed the HIA. So Myler probably goes into halves, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. We'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, in any other season, this is the game of the round. Not this year. I do genuinely think the one at the Halliwell is the game of the round.
And should be the TV game.
I think so, but I mean but it was in the books weeks and months ago.
Of course it is, and that's the problem when you schedule games. They just see Leeds Wigan, Saints Leeds, and they pencil them in.
Well, we all agree Leeds are on the telly far too much, but that's another story.
Yeah. You don't need to buy a season ticket for Leeds because you can just sit at home and watch them on TV.
100%. Both the Fans Forum and Gary Schofield is going Wigan 18+. Alex Sharpley's done Wigan last year 42-12 and done them in the semi-final. So they will want to do us, and Jai Field is meant to be back. Not heard that. Not heard that. I've heard he's still going to be out for this game.
Heard he's got a couple of weeks. He's a couple of weeks.
I do. So, Alex, I will tip my hat to you next week if that's right, my friend.
Yeah.
I will. Wigan win, and we win them next week in the cup. Absolutely. Do you know what, Alex? I think that's a really valid point. I think that the same team will win both of those games? No, I don't. I agree with you on that. 100%. But who do we see winning this one in Super League? Where are you going, mate? I'm going to let you go first. I think about it.
Yeah. Wigan against Hull, and Hull fans, I'm sorry. On any other day, Wigan win that game convincingly because that second half they were camped in the Hull half.
Yeah.
Any other day, they win that and they put 30 points up in that, and they put 30 points up in that game.
Yeah.
And I don't think that will happen 2 weeks on the trot. I think Leeds are flattering to deceive. And I think Wigan 9-17.
Do you know what? I've got exactly the same. I wrote that down as you were talking. I don't think it's an 18-pluser.
No.
I don't think the Fans Forum, and I don't think Gary Schofield's got this one right. I don't see it now because we know about Leeds. They get up for these games, and they will get up for this game. That said, like you, I do think that the bruised animal that is Wigan.
Wigan are
yeah, I'm with you, mate.
They do.
Yeah,
it's very, very rarely that Wigan lose 2 on the bounce.
Do you know what? I like Alex. Alex, he's a passionate Leeds fan. Here we go. So Alex is flying back, and he's going Handley at fullback, with Nene McDonald and Tyndall on the wings, and Myler and Austin in the middle. He might be right.
Listen, this is not Leeds bashing, Alex. We're not having a go at Leeds.
No, he's giving us a prediction. He's going Handley fullback as opposed to. Did I put fullback? I don't think I put anybody at fullback. I'll just put Myler in it. Halves. Handley. Well, Nene McDonald can play fullback as well, can't he?
Yeah, he's played there in the past.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
It's going to be fascinating, but yeah, I think for me, had Wigan have won last week, then maybe, just maybe, and I saw this closer, but I think Wigan, the machine Wigan is.
Yeah, I think Leeds they lost to Salford and they'll want to bounce back. If Leeds were playing anybody other than Wigan this week, I would have said Leeds would bounce back.
Well, here's the thing, mate. And I'd be interested to go back last year and the year before on this, but we haven't got time. Wigan this year lost to Hull KR, won the next game. Lost to Catalan Dragons, won the next game. Very rare.
I've just said that. Yeah, that's what I said. They very, very rarely.
Very rare. You're spot on.
Lose 2 games on the bounce, Wigan. It'd be good to kind of have a look and look at the last time Wigan lost 2 games on the bounce.
So, yeah, we're all
going
Wigan.
Maybe if we do have any Wigan fans in the house, as the kids say, they might tell us.
They might. And the beautiful news is Channel 4 is back. Channel 4 is back on Saturday. Get in there, you little ripper. Mate, should we start early? Me and Reggie have a little date on Saturday night. Soiree. Anyway, let's... But yes, this little cheeky number. Hey, what a game. What a game. The Master and the Apprentice, Walmsley, Dupree. Oh, it's a beauty. It's a beauty. Saints, no. Well, I don't know. Is Mason Knowles back for this? Is he still suspended? Not sure. Is he back for this one? How many games did Knowles get? Is he back? I don't know if he's back.
It might be next week. He's back.
Is it next week? Well, if he's next week, Knowles is gone. Percival expected to be out. Matauti is still being given a rest for his concussion. Sivanen not expected to be there. Parsi not expected to be there. Salford still no Tim Lafai. Hey, a young lady called Rebecca Nixon is in the house. Good evening, young lady. Are you well?
I wonder who she may be.
I wonder who she may be. For those of you don't know a girl called Rebecca Nixon, one day she may be gracing a Women's Super League game in the not too distant future. Ken Seo out with an ankle injury. That'll get me a pint on Saturday.
I didn't say it, people. I didn't say it.
Riley is a doubt because of the eye injury that he sustained at the weekend. This is a fascinating game. Gary Schofield going Salford 1-8. The fans forum going St Helens 9-17.
For me, Briley's the big miss.
Massive miss if he's not there. That's not confirmed. He might be back, but yeah, he would be a huge miss.
If Briley was confirmed, I'd go for Salford.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this one. 1 minute I'm going one way, 1 minute.
Signe Youngblood. There was that bit of Signe Youngblood there. I've been thinking about you. There's a name.
No, Dave, I never think about you, mate. I've been thinking about this.
Okay, go on, mate.
Because that would be wrong on so many levels. I've been thinking about this. And 1 minute I'm swinging to Saints, then I'm swinging to Salford. Again, Saints are a team that don't generally lose 2 on the bounce.
Exactly.
They need Saints.
But they have this year. They have this year.
Yeah, but Saints need to win this.
They do.
And I think it's that factor. They will try and force that extra pass. They will try and I'm going Salford 1-8.
Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Well, Greg goes with Gary Schofield. I'm going with the forum. I think Saints will bounce back 9-17. Fascinating stuff.
And that 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, Saints are winning that 18+.
All day, mate. All day. But hey,
Warrington, not last season, but Warrington 2 seasons ago are beating Hull KR 18+.
Mate, it's
Lee are getting battered. That's this season is probably winding up to be quite possibly
if only
Super League season in years.
If only Sky could market it, but that's another story because it's entertainment of the highest order. It's the greatest game on earth. This year, it's just not disappointed. What a run of fixtures! Halliwell on Friday night, absolutely outstanding. You know, we've got Wigan Leeds, we've got Saints Salford. It's mouth-watering stuff, isn't it? This.